His evil minions, shadow warriors, revelled in this apparent victory. But all was not lost, for when the hope of the kingdom seemed to vanish and the hearts of the humble despaired, the king used the power of the life spice to raise his son from the dead. This is a mysterious tale indeed, but a true one. For the prince was seen by many before he returned to his father across the great sea. And to those who loved and followed him, myself among them, he left a promise and a charge. Here then is the promise. The prince will come again to take all who believe in him home to the kingdom across the sea. And this is the charge. Those who love him must travel to the far reaches of the kingdom of Areth-Trae, tell all people of him and his imminent return, and wage war against Lucius and his shadow warriors. Thus we wait in expectation, and while we wait, we fight against evil and battle to save the souls of many from darkness. We are the knights who live and die in loyal service to the king and the prince. Though not perfect in our call to royal duty, we know the power of the prince resonates in our swords, and the rubble of 1,000 strongholds testifies to our strength of heart and soul. There are many warriors in this land of Areth-Trae, many knights who serve many masters, but the knights of which I write are my brethren, the knights of the prince. They are mighty because they serve a mighty king and his son. They are the Knights of Areth-Trae. Prologue. Clad with zeal. I am Cedric of Chessington, knight of the prince and servant of the king. Although the edge of my sword has met the steel of many a dark foe, I have for a time yielded to my mission of parchment and pen. I do so not begrudgingly, but with zeal. Why? Because zeal to serve the king and his son fuels one's heart to courageously seek the truth and to tell it. Sir Bentley's tale shows us this zeal, for he was not content with the traditions of mere men. The truth of the prince would not let his soul rest until he had discovered it. As a former wealthy noble knight, he had much to lose by pursuing this truth. But his heart was clad with zeal, and in his quest of discovery he came to learn of the beauty of mercy as well. Sir Bentley was not only brave enough to follow at great cost a call he did not yet understand, but compassionate enough to follow it into the ugly places of the world, places where men and women cry out with need. And there he too became a storyteller, as do all of us who try to walk in the footsteps of our prince. I myself was once a pauper, but the prince made me a knight. Listen then to the tale of a knight who once became a pauper. Perhaps you will agree that the story of Sir Bentley and his noble pursuit inspires all who hear it to discover this truth: the king reigns, and his son. Chapter 1. Young Noble Knight. Bentley of Chessington, do you swear to uphold the Articles of the Code, to defend Chessington and her citizens from enemies both outside and within her borders? Lord Caiaphas's voice echoed through the great hall of the palace. I do. Young Bentley looked up at Caiaphas. Sand-coloured hair formed loose curls around the young man's neck and ears. His square, clean-shaven